What's up, everybody watching on their computers, smartphones, tablets, or their TVs? This is Andy, and welcome to my 2024 WWE Clash at the Castle pay-per-view prediction video. Later today at 2 p.m. Eastern, we will have the second Clash at the Castle event. This will be taking place in Scotland, streaming exclusively on Peacock here in the United States. WWE Network internationally. So, I do apologize if my voice is a little off today. I think I might have caught my dad's cold. Or it could be something else. I don't want to speculate. My dad's going to the doctor today, so, I don't know, guys. I'm really worried that I don't want to be sick during a very long heat wave we are expecting here in the East Coast beginning on Tuesday. But nonetheless to say, let's stick on topic. And sorry if my voice is a little off today. Let's focus, regroup. So in total, we have 5 matches on the card. Safe to assume that this is going to be a 3-hour pay-per-view that'll probably go until 5 o'clock tonight. So, 5 matches. I guess we're going to start off with the Tag Team Championship match. So this is going to be a triple threat. Okay. So we have a triple threat match between Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, taking on Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn versus Shayna Baszler and Zoey Stark. So, in the obvious, I would have to assume that it's safe to say, even though the odds are against Jade and Bianca, I'm going to assume that for the interest of, hoping that I'm right, that Bianca and Jade are going to walk into SummerSlam in Cleveland with the tag team belts. I hope I'm right about this, and hopefully this is the timeline of events that does hopefully lead up to that. So I expect that Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill will retain the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Now we move on to really? Again? Why? Why are we having this match again, folks? I don't know, but I'll get into the obvious. We have Sami Zayn once again defending his Intercontinental Championship against this guy right here, Chad Gable. Just why? But then again, I can explain why. Earlier this week, it was reported by Sean Ross of Fightful Select that Triple H gave a lucrative contract offer to Chad Gable himself. Chad Gable basically got paid a ton of money, and as a result, there's high expectations for him to win this match. So I'm going to say it now. Looks like Chad Gable is going to be your new champion. Do I feel bad for Sami? No. Only because WWE is a business. There's a lot of money at stake for Chad to not win. And I think this begins the downfall of Alpha Academy. And I think what will happen here is after Chad wins, the downfall of the Alpha Academy will go on. I could see Maxine Dupree going into a Money in the Bank qualifying match either this week or next week on Raw. I could also see Akira Tozawa maybe trying to do the same thing. But I think in the long run, you have to let Alpha Academy collapse. I know a long time ago, Chad Gable and Otis were tag team champions, but that gets into my next theory about Otis, is that I would think that Otis is going to likely get a one-on-one championship match at some point against Chad Gable. Now, will it either be at Money in the Bank in Canada? Will it be at SummerSlam in Cleveland? That I can't say right now, but I think they've got to set it up where Alpha Academy is doomed for collapse. Chad Gable goes on this epic heel turn, which already has been presenting itself the past couple of months since April. So, yes, I think Chad becomes the champion. The Sammy get a rematch, most likely, but again, I think it sets up the one-on-one rivalry with Otis. So, I'd like to see Otis finally win the big one at some point. You have to build it up, you know. You need a feel-good story this year besides Sammy winning the belt at WrestleMania in Philly. Let's move on to the Women's Championship match. We have Bayley taking on Piper Niven. Now, Piper Niven is in her home country. Now, don't let this assume anything, folks, because it was also reported by Sean Ross at Fightful Select that Charlotte is likely going to be returning before SummerSlam. Thus, they want to have Charlotte come back and possibly face Bayley at some point for her Women's Championship. Likely Charlotte will still stay on the SmackDown brand. So, as a result, I have to go with Bayley retaining. I think this match is just a waste of time because I understand this is Piper's home country. I get it. But from what I saw on Fightful Select this week, it sounds credible that Charlotte Flair is going to come back. I hope Sean is correct, please, because, at some point, Charlotte has to come back, alright? Oh, and not to mention, Sean was also reporting that Charlotte might have a heel run again, so that doesn't surprise me. So, yeah. Bayley's going to retain. When does Charlotte come back? Does she come back next month? Does she likely sometime next month? It's safe to assume yes. Alright, next up we have another rematch between Cody Rhodes and the phenomenal AJ Styles. Now, if you are not aware of what's been going on between these two, a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown, they basically redid the same storyline with Mark Henry, where Mark Henry fooled us to think that he was retiring, and he attacked John Cena. This was back in the 2010s. Now here we are a decade later. They did the same stunt with AJ Styles. We assumed that he was going to finally hang up the boots, which again, AJ has done a lot for this business, you know. He's put his body on the line in TNA, Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and not to mention that he's been a regular fixture on the WWE roster since 2015 when he made his debut at the Royal Rumble. So, for all the accolades that AJ has done, and yes, he was the man that basically made SmackDown the way it is, I'm going to say it now, I really think that these two are going to literally go all over the arena, and then at the end, I'm definitely predicting that AJ Styles will say, I quit. This is an I quit match, folks. That's the stipulation here. So Cody Rhodes will retain his WWE Championship. Sorry, AJ Styles. Go back to New Japan. Go to TNA because, WWE has a new agreement with TNA. Or just hang up the boots, man. You're done. Alright, this is Cody Rhodes' time. Cody's been proving himself. He even showed up in NXT on Tuesday. So it's like, ugh. So yeah, Cody retains. Sorry, AJ. You're done, bud. Last but not least, we get to our main event. Your World Heavyweight Champion, Damian Priest, will be facing off against Drew McIntyre. And unfortunately I hate to say it, but I think it's going to be a repeat of when Solo Sikoa screwed over Drew. And who's going to screw over Drew this time, I think, and help Damian Priest retain the championship? I think it's obvious who interferes with the match. It's going to be CM Punk. I know the Drew McIntyre cannot stand CM Punk. It's obvious. CM Punk cost Drew the match? Absolutely, I see it happening. You set up the rivalry for the next couple of weeks that leads up possibly for their big SummerSlam match. Safe to assume that the match happens in Cleveland. Then, in terms of what will happen after with Drew winning, I think what will happen in the next couple of weeks, they will start the downfall of the Judgment Day. And it's obvious that with Liv Morgan being an influence factor into the storyline, they've already turned Liv heel. And when Rhea Ripley comes back, it begins the downfall where, I'm going to say it now, this leads to one less member being in the Judgment Day. And I think it's going to be Dominic Mysterio. So at some point, the next couple of weeks, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, they say, bye-bye. You keep messing around with Liv Morgan, you're out of the Judgment Day. So then it lets Carlito stay in the Judgment Day. So you're going to have 4 members of the Judgment Day. Alright? So you're going to have a lot of drama. And then think about this, folks. I think a lot of us will start rooting for the Judgment Day in the next couple of weeks. I think all the members will get a big pop. And every time you keep hearing Dominic speak, he's going to keep getting booed because it's obvious. And then when you hear, "This is my brutality," trust me, I'm going to say this now. Mami's going to get one of the loudest pops you will hear from a WWE crowd. It's going to happen. Because everyone's going to feel bad for Rhea that she got injured by Liv. And at some point, you got to let the match happen. You got to let that one-on-one match happen at some point. Alright? And then in the long run, I think that's when Becky Lynch comes back in the fall. It's just a theory that I've been coming up with, but yeah, as far as what happens to Damian's championship run, I don't know what will happen. I really don't. But I think down the line, maybe that he gets a match against CM Punk. We'll see. Alright. That's it. One more thing I want to say before I wrap up this video. A lot of you have been asking me about Logan Paul the past couple of days. I want to let you know that my corporate heads in California have heard from Triple H. And there will be a one-on-one match at some point coming up with LA Knight. I don't know when it will happen, but the president of YouTube got contacted. It's been an ugly mess. The Creators Guild has been, mocked a little bit. But you know what? Respect what Logan Paul is doing, alright? Because he just interviewed Donald Trump. Alright? That's a big deal. To have, ad revenue, union representation. Listen, if If Logan wants to interview Joe Biden or RFK, I'm all for it. I'm definitely all for it if they want to interview one of those two guys, because it's very important in an election year. I know I don't want to talk about politics as much here, but listen, to have one of our members, Logan Paul, be on top of the world the way he is, it's awesome, folks. It really is. And not just this week, but we had iJustine at the Apple Worldwide Developer Conference this week. Mr. Beast, I hear, is still grinding. He's making new content coming up in the next couple of weeks. So, yeah, folks, YouTube Creators Guild is getting stronger and stronger. And we will see Logan Paul back in the ring, folks, against LA Knight. It's going to happen. Again, just be patient with WWE. I know it's an unfortunate situation. But again, that's the way it is, folks. There's nothing I can really say at the moment regarding why Logan's not fighting today. It is what it is. And you know what? I'm sure Logan didn't want to travel to Scotland, and that's fine. So with that, folks, I'm going to wrap up this video. Again, 2 p.m. Eastern is the pay-per-view on Peacock tonight, Clash at the Castle. That will be 1 p.m. Central, noon Mountain Time, and 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Alaska, 9 a.m. Hawaii, to be specific. So that's it, folks. Thank you for watching, and enjoy Clash at the Castle later today.